How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So the markets were a bit choppy today. We did have a green day, though, all across the major indexes, up 0.1, 0.2% across the board. But again, we were a bit choppy, and we had a lot of green in the meme stocks. Holy crap, guys. And in this video, we're going to talk about all this. I want to break down some charts, my thoughts on the market, where I see things headed, and some stocks I'm looking at and what I'm personally doing right now. So if you all find value, hit the like button, sit back, relax, get yourself 2 free stocks from Webull and $30 free from M1 Finance. Did I mention those are free? Yeah, they're free, linked right down below, and let's get right into the video. So today, like I said, we were all over the place, choppiness, but overall, we had a green day across the major indexes here, and we're still trading under 421, 422 on SPY, which I feel like a broken record at this point. I've been talking about this for days, it seems like, and every single day the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trading days, we failed at 421, 422, including today. I mean, look at this. We ended up pushing up earlier in the day. We hit 421, and then boom, we ended up collapsing all the way down to the low 419 level, going down about 0.5%. But then again, we still held an uptrend. We still held a higher low in today's session at about 419.35, above that 180 SMA on the hourly chart, and we ended up pushing up into the close of the market, as you guys can see here, which is a good sign for the bulls. But again, for the bulls to gain full steam, they need to break 421, which hasn't yet happened. So I'm going to put an alert at 421, and from there, maybe we break 423 into the mid 420s to an all-time high. So I'm going to put an alert at 421 on SPY, and for QQQ, a lot of the same as well. We've been consolidating, failing to break out of 335, which happened yet again today. But a good sign is that we did hold the 180 SMA today. We ended up holding, and that's on the hourly chart, by the way, and we ended up holding 332, which has held pretty solidly. Is that even a word? We're going to go with it, guys. It held that support nicely, we'll put it that way, over the past couple of days at about 332. So the fact that we held that and popped, that is a good sign, and we did pop into the close of the market, as you guys can see here on the intraday chart. But again, we need to break 335. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. I'm going to keep saying it until we do end up doing it, and I have an alert at 336, so I'm notified whenever that does happen, because from there, I believe QQQ is going to go 339, followed by 342, followed by all-time highs. I believe that is what is setting up right here. We're just playing out. It's just playing itself out. I mean, sometimes in the markets, guys, things consolidate. It's not always up for 5 days in a row, followed by a massive crash, followed by up again for 5 days in a row. It's not always like that. A lot of the time, the markets are boring, they're choppy, and they consolidate. But as they do this, we find individual stocks in the market that we can trade and still make money, right? That's what most of us do, especially if we're trading and trying to make an income from the stock market, which is what I'm definitely doing, as well as long-term investing in companies that I believe in long-term that are at reasonable valuations right now. So overall, that is a breakdown of QQQ and SPY. We have the VIX go. What did the VIX do today? Go down? Yeah, it went down 2.3%. Solid day for the precious metals as well today. Silver went up 0.7%. Gold went up 0.3%. Not too shabby if you ask me. I'm a big believer in the precious metals, especially as we're seeing inflation sky high right now, and I don't think that's going to drop in the short term. We'll see if it does. I could be wrong, but as of now, silver, gold, everything across the board, indexes today that we track on the channel, pretty much everything was green. I was about to say red. Green, guys. So what do you think? Let me know down below in the comment section. I'd love to know your thoughts as always. And let's get into some stocks now. Number one being Planet 13. And you guys know Jeremy over there at Financial Education. Shout out to Jeremy. This is the channel that, let's be honest, they brought this stock to our attention, because I had no idea about this stock before I watched that video from Jeremy, and he lives in Vegas, so he has access to this company because this company has a massive location in Vegas, so it makes sense that he knew about it. It's a local spot there in Vegas, and he brought it to everybody's attention. And ever since then, I mean, this stock has crushed it. And I forget when he brought it to everyone's attention, when he started making videos about it, probably about a year ago. But ever since then, I mean, the stock went from $1 to $8, maybe because they've been doing well. They have been doing well. They're expanding. But also, let's be honest, because there's more eyeballs on the stock now due to everything with social media, the YouTube channels. And, I mean, you guys know this. This is not anything new. There's a lot of channels out there. Not saying this is bad, by the way. This is not bad. Well, some channels, they get paid to pump penny stocks that are worthless. That is bad. But making a video on, a stock like this, that's not necessarily bad if you actually believe in the fundamentals and you believe in the business, which of course Jeremy does and a lot of people do. And again, ever since the past couple of months, this stock has been crushing it, and there's a lot of eyeballs on it right now, and it is expanding. It's doing quite well. They actually just reported earnings recently. Excuse me, guys. They did revenue of $23.8 million. I don't know the estimate on that, but they did $23 million, more like $24 million in Q1. Not too bad. And they did Q1 EBITDA of $5.2 million, and Planet 13 accounted for 8.6% of all Nevada dispensary revenue, which is pretty solid. If you guys didn't know, you probably do know this. In Nevada, the good old MJ, the good old green, it is legal. So there's a lot of dispensaries out there, and they're doing quite well. 8.6% of all of the revenue for Nevada in Q1 came from Planet 13 for dispensaries. Not too bad there, and I'm not necessarily looking at this myself as a long-term investment here right now, and I'm not saying it's bad. It could very well be a great long-term investment. I hope everybody in this does well, but for me, I'm looking at it more as a trade right now, as we are setting up quite nicely in this wedge. We're above the moving averages as well, and we're squeezing deeper and deeper into the wedge. At some point in the next couple of weeks, we're going to have to pick a direction, and I'm looking to see if that direction is upwards, right? And if it is, we could end up getting a nice momentum play here out of the $7 resistance. Probably, maybe, I don't want to say for sure, let's say maybe back up to those highs from a couple months ago, beginning of February at about $9 per share. And you guys can see this stock has done this pattern 2 times in the past couple of months, and you can see it clearly right here. And if I zoom in, you guys can see it. Look what happened in this range. We consolidated for a couple of weeks. We got into deeper into the wedge here, and we ultimately squeezed out. This was back in November. We went from $4 all the way to $6.40, and then it happened again from what was this? Beginning of December, all throughout the beginning of February, we got ourselves in this wedge. We consolidated a bit for that 2-3 month period, and then boom, it ended up exploding out from about $6 to $9. And like I said, it's doing the exact same thing right now. It's setting up the exact same way. And does that necessarily mean that we are going to break out? No, it doesn't necessarily mean that. This could very well dump back down to $5 for all we know. But I want to see and watch it for myself, just in case it does do that, because again, every time we've set up in a wedge like this for a couple months, we've squeezed out and we've seen new highs. So I'm going to put an alert at, let's say, $7.25 for Planet 13. And if we take that alert out and that level in general, we break out of it, in my opinion, that's going to be a sign that we're breaking out again. We're continuing what we've done 2 times in the past couple of months, and we're going to be doing it a 3rd time. And that is where, as a trader, I'm going to step in and I'm going to make some money. Hopefully. It's not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. If anybody tells you, buy this, buy that, you're going to make money doing this, don't believe them, guys, because truth is, nobody knows what's going to happen, and the main name of the game in the stock market is risk management. I mean, that's what it comes down to, and you guys have to understand your own risk tolerance and what you're willing to lose and what you're willing to, I was going to say sacrifice. That's not the right word. What are you willing to put up, right? Let's say if you want to get in these meme stocks, what is an amount of money that you're willing to lose completely to potentially make a lot of money, right? That's what you got to ask yourself when you're looking at not only meme stocks, of course, but with any stock out there, because all stocks out there, they do have inherent risk, some more than others, and you have to understand that getting into things. You know, I bet a lot of beginners out there, they think the markets are easy. It's not easy. Nothing's easy in life. That's just the truth. The stock market is no different. So PLNHF is the ticker. That's a pretty complicated ticker if you ask me. But hey, that's the ticker. Keep an eye on it. It is one of the hottest MJ stocks in the markets, no doubt about it as of now. And as always, I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you own Planet 13? I'm actually quite curious. Do you own Planet 13? And who brought this to your attention? Let's put it that way, because I guarantee you it was Jeremy. And yeah, I mean, he made videos a year ago about it, and it's just been an awesome stock since then. So where did you guys hear about this? Are you invested? Let me know down below. I'd love to know, as always. And again, shout out to Jeremy for bringing this to my attention, because I probably wouldn't have found this stock. And eBay is the next one, EBAY. This is a large cap company, unlike Planet 13. And we see how the ascending triangle on this stock is playing out. We haven't broken out quite yet, but we're approaching the mid-60s where I believe we will break out. And maybe we go 70, maybe higher than 70. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself and say, oh, we're going 80, 90, because that's a bit unrealistic. But if we do play out of this ascending triangle, it breaks out from $65. Does it go to the high 60s, low 70s? Yes, that is more reasonable. I believe that is possible. And as of now, that is what is setting up here on eBay. So very simple on this one. I'm going to put an alert at about $65 per share, and we're going to be monitoring it if it breaks 65 for that breakout play. And this is definitely one that I believe would be one that we could buy into the strength if that 65, 66 level ends up breaking. Another one here that I'm looking at is Walgreens Boots Alliance, ticker symbol WBA, and this one's also setting up quite nicely, and we can see over the past couple of months, this exact setup has, set up itself, and it's happened, or rather it's played out many times in the past couple of months. Very similar to Planet 13. We've gotten into wedges here for 2-3 months at a time, maybe a little bit less than 2 months, ultimately followed by a breakout to higher highs. You can see it here between the end of October through the end of December. You can see it here. In the end of December, we broke out from $40 all the way to about $50, $55. We got into another wedge from December to about March, and then boom, March we hit $48. We broke out. We got all the way to 56, and now we're squeezing ourselves deeper into the wedge from the beginning of March up until now, the beginning of June. So the past 3 months, we've been digging ourselves into this wedge. So I believe WBA, if it takes the moving averages out, which, mind you, it is under the moving averages on the 4-hour chart, if it breaks above the wedge as well, and we take 55, 55, 50 out, which is where my alert is, this is going to potentially take the highs out from the beginning of April at about $57. That would be, in a perfect world, what would happen on this pattern here. Same with Planet 13, because again, this is pretty much the same exact pattern. So if these were to break out, in a perfect world, Planet 13 goes back to $9+. Again, in a perfect world, will it do that? Who knows? It might not, who knows, but in a perfect world, that goes to $9, and WBA goes 57 plus, maybe into the low 60s. So watch out for WBA, and today was the day of the meme stocks. I had a flashback today back to January, end of January, when the whole GameStop fiasco was going on, and a lot of these stocks that obviously weren't GameStop, because GameStop was the leader back then. A lot of other stocks with high short interest were following suit. We had BlackBerry, we had Nokia, we had Bed Bath & Beyond, we had AMC back then, which was one of those that kind of followed along, and a bunch of other ones as well that there's so many I can't even list them all. And today, those stocks went bananas again. We had BB, check this out, BlackBerry, 31% on the day, up $3.70. We had BBBY, which I called out, I believe it was last week I made a video on this one, up 62% today, up $17. And did I think this would happen this quick? No, of course not. That's the craziness involved with short squeezes and these meme stocks. You just don't know what's going to happen until it happens and it blows up right in your face. And you're like, holy crap, this just happened, right? And we got those two went bananas, BBBY, NBB, and of course we had GameStop today up 13%. What are some other ones? We covered a lot in the video from earlier today, which I advise you go check out. I'll link that down below and I'll pop it up at the end of the video for you guys to click on. You know, we had Workhorse up 20% today. Holy crap, it's up to 13 after hours, guys. This is what I'm talking about. This is literally what I'm talking about. You don't know when this stuff's going to happen. This was at under $10 earlier, and it just hit 14 after hours, up 40%. And we covered in the video earlier, Workhorse's short interest is no joke. It's up over 40%. Who knows if it's changed right now? The truth is, it's changing minute by minute. We just don't know the updated number all the time. But at this point, yeah, 20% on the close, up even more after hours for Workhorse. And we have Ride, Lordstown Motors. This one went crazy today as well, up 20% at the close. And now we're breaking out. This actually took out the high point from the middle of May. That was at about 1170. Today we closed above 1230, and we're up. Actually, no, we're down a bit after market hours. But overall, for Lordstown Motors, hey, maybe the squeeze is just beginning. Same with Workhorse. And like I've mentioned, I believe I mentioned this in the Discord chat today, which, by the way, that's linked down below. It's 100% free of charge for you to get in that Discord chat. We have almost 4,000 people in there. I believe I mentioned today how Workhorse and Ride, although they're pretty attractive for a trade, a short squeeze opportunity, I just don't want to get caught holding these stocks. And that's the truth. That's the reality of these meme stocks. You think you're going to make a lot of money, which you very well could, but people hold the bag. That's the truth. People get caught holding the bag every single day, not only in these meme stocks, but stocks in general. Because if you go in at an inflated price and all of a sudden the bottom drops out 30%, this could happen in a day. This stock could easily go down 20% just as fast, if not faster, than it went up 20%, and you could be caught holding the bag. That's the last thing I want to do right now. But with Ride and Workhorse, I'm just going to be watching from the sideline with my popcorn, and maybe I get a quick little in and out day trade. And overall, this one, I believe if it breaks 1275.13, I think there's going to be some more upside in the short term. Maybe we do get a day trade up to about $15 per share. That would be quite interesting here on ticker symbol RIDE. And the last one for today is Chewy, ticker symbol CHWY. This one up $4, up 5.4%. And technically speaking, this one is still in a downtrend. We're at the 180 SMA resistance right now on the 4-hour chart. We're about to test it, and I have an alert at $78. If we break that, I believe there's upside to about $85, $88, where we were back in the middle of March all throughout the middle of April. That is where I think we could be going, meaning there's about $10-11 upside from here, about 10-11%. So I'm looking at it there as a trade. And if this company were to somehow drop a decent amount, I don't know, I don't want to put a number on it, but if it were to drop 20-30% from here or something, we got a crazy fire sale, I would even consider it as a long-term investment. Because let me be honest, ever since I got my dog, she's sitting right next to me, I've used Chewy a lot. The customer service is great. They care about you, or at least they make it seem like they care about you, right? They send they send thank you cards, birthday cards to your dog. I think the customer service for Chewy is great. The products are great. The service itself is great. And funny story, I'm actually getting a foster dog tomorrow, so I'm probably going to be doing more Chewy orders. So there's a lot of people around the country, the U.S., like me, that are using Chewy all the time, and I believe this company is going to do well, both in the short term and in the long term. And that's my opinion. I'd love to know your opinion down below as always, and we'll wrap it up there. If you all enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. That is the best way and the free way to help me out, guys. Subscribe and hit the like button. It helps me out in the YouTube algorithm, the mighty old YouTube algorithm. And make sure to check out my Patreon down below if you guys want real-time buys, sells, morning update videos. If you guys want one-on-one access to me via the DM, I'm very active there on Patreon. And again, I'm posting all my moves there, whether it's options, trades, swing trades, day trades, whether it's long-term investments. All of the things I'm doing are on Patreon. That's linked down below. Or you guys can go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. That's StockSurfest.com/Patreon. You could also get 2 stocks from Webull. Those are valued up to $1,600, $30 from M1 Finance, and $10 from Coinbase. That's literally at least $50 to $60 free dollars for you down below in the description. And by the way, those are all affiliate links. They help me out and the channel, so I do appreciate it if you guys do use those. So yeah, I'll catch you all later on, which, oh, by the way, is the video I made. Check the video out I made earlier. I'll pop it up here. Check that out. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for tuning in again. As always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there, and don't FOMO. It's tough not to FOMO, but we got to fight the FOMO, and that's just the truth. So I'll see you all later. Thanks again for tuning in. Keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there, guys.